Alright, so Drake, he finally released the date. Drake finally released the date that he will be dropping his most anticipated album to date, For All the Dogs. Which is crazy because it feels like it was just maybe a month or two ago when he announced that it was coming out in 2 weeks. And then 2 weeks later, it still didn't drop. Then we got a couple weeks ago, or I'd say maybe last week, 2 weeks ago, yeah, we got some random date saying it was coming out August 25th on that Friday. And that was rumored and leaked from where they say it came from. It came from Amazon Music. And no offense, but no one really looked into that. Amazon Music, was that some kind of I don't know, promotion for Amazon Music? Because me, I don't know anyone who has Amazon Music, to be honest. I know people that have Apple Music, I know people who have Spotify, of course, but anyway, that's besides the point. So everyone thought that album was coming out the Friday, October 25th, excuse me, August 25th. And I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I stayed up for that album, because of course it's Drake. And I'll be honest, there's not a lot of albums or artists I would wait up for at night. Midnight, I should say. Drake is one of them. J. Cole, Kendrick, Travis Scott, Beyonce, Jay-Z. I know I named more than 4 people, but trust me, it's not a lot. That list is very short. But anyways, that's besides the point, once again. Drake is releasing his album, For All the Dogs, September 22nd. And I feel like that's a good date. If it was me, honestly, this is my personal opinion, I would have dropped it on October 6th. My reasons are, you can play off of the October's very own OVO, which is Drake's brand. He's been branding that for almost a decade now. When you think of October, you think of Drake, October's very own. You can play off of the 6th, he's from the 6th. So you have October, October's very own. The 6th, which is all, you know, it's 6666, you know, 416, we're in Toronto. And also, his first concert towards the end of his tour will be in Toronto. So imagine a new Drake album coming out that Friday, October 6th. I mean, if that was me, I would have done that. But obviously Drake and his team, they know what they're doing. It doesn't matter when, it can drop in 5 minutes. Everyone's gonna run to it, so it doesn't matter. So let's talk about this album. What do we know about this album so far? As you can see in the background, Adonis, Drake's son, drew or sketched this album cover. In my opinion, this is probably his best album cover since maybe, if you're reading this, is too late, honestly. Because Drake is known for not having the best album covers, I'll be honest. And although my personal favorite Drake album is Take Care, honestly, as days go by, as years go by, like that album cover just gets worse by the day. But anyways, that's besides the point. So we have this new album coming out, and I keep hearing that, oh, Drake's going back to his old ways. This is gonna be old Drake. This is going to be album of the year. I keep hearing great things about this, honestly. And I think he's gonna do his thing on this album, honestly. You know, Drake's last couple of projects, what were they? It was almost a year. It's gonna be Her Loss, which is that was an amazing project. Him and 21, they did their thing. No pun intended. Then before that we had Honestly Nevermind, which honestly, no pun. You guys can go listen to that album again, trust me. And when it first came out, I remember where I was. I remember what I was thinking. I was skimming through everything because like after the 4th track, I was like, how am I still on the same song? And then I realized I was on the 4th song because it sounded repetitive, you know? But then maybe a week or 2 later, I checked it out again, and honestly, there's some bangers on there, you know? There's some good tracks. I wouldn't say bangers because, you know, it's not really a banger type of album, but there's some good tracks on there, honestly. A Keeper is my personal favorite. That's probably in my like top 10 Drake songs, honestly, A Keeper. But and then what do you have before that? You had Certified Lover Boy, which today, 2023, I can say that album actually aged very well. It aged very well. And at the time, I wasn't a big fan of Certified Lover Boy. You know what I mean? It's a great project. Listen to that project again. But anyways, For All the Dogs, I feel like this album, Drake is gonna be rapping his ass off. And I know for her loss, in my opinion, I feel like Drake was rapping his ass off. Like, he felt inspired. I don't know by what, but like it felt like old Drake, you know? But for this album, honestly, I don't know what to expect, because when Honestly Nevermind came out, I was expecting something completely different, right? And who knows, for all the dogs, maybe for all the women, you never know with Drake. You can be trolling all of us right now. But what I think, which you never know with Drake, I could be wrong, this album, he's gonna just be rapping throughout the whole album. It's a Drake album. You're for sure gonna get some singy, you know, singy type of songs, you know, R&B Drake, which I like. But I feel like he's just gonna be rapping for the dogs, you know what I mean? I think he's gonna be talking his shit. I think you're gonna get a timestamp record. I think you're gonna get a lot of subs. I think Drake's just gonna be just talking that big boy talk. Drake's just gonna be in his bag. And don't forget, we'll be getting a lot of stories and a lot of articles coming out saying that hip hop is on the downhill. And who can change that narrative or put that narrative on a pause? Who can put that narrative on a pause? It's none other than Drake. It's none other than Drake. If Drake puts 100% to this album and this album is a hit, it'll pause all that nonsense. Drake is the biggest artist in the world. I don't care what you say, Kendrick, Cole, it's Drake. When Drake drops, the industry shuts down. The industry is on pause. This is the album that will put a pause to all that hip hop was on a downhill, no #1 hip hop album. Drake is gonna be rapping. And honestly, I can't wait to react to this video. You know, I just can't wait to listen to it, you know? All I can ask for right now in Drake's career is to drop a solid project. It obviously doesn't have to be one of his best. It could be one of his best. But I'm not gonna compare it to Take Care, If You're Reading This Is Too Late, So Far Gone. I'm gonna just compare it to I'm gonna compare it to Drake. But it doesn't have to be better than those albums. It doesn't have to be. We just want a nice project, a good project by Drake. That's it. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens. I'm looking forward to this album. I feel like Drake is really gonna be in his bag, and we'll see what happens.